world.
Wow, I'm so curious how you guys designed the look of these avatars and kind of what your immediate plan is for these, because especially in light of a really fascinating talk that was recently given by Mike Seymour, who's doing this. He's done a lot of digital face stuff. They've got a whole digital character. It seems like a fidelity of
Oh,
Micah, but
sweet.
it's scanned data, so it's not this live data that you guys have, but it's this scanned data. But they're
Right.
doing, and they can still articulate it in a really fascinating way. But anyway, the point of it
Is this
being
the
that
Micah team?
this is, well, there's the you guys are doing Micah, and then there's some researchers out there that are doing other digital
Oh,
humans. And one of, well, his the point of what he's saying, his research group is found that the ethics of what you choose to represent your technology in this embodied personified form is going to be really important, and is a whole dimension of sociability and social interaction and all
totally.
different aspects. So I'm so curious, like, these avatars are really expressive, but they're also very neutral. Like, I know I'm like a sweet Pantene beard guy right now. Like, these kind of things
Yeah,
are great. Like, so I'm just curious, like, maybe walk us through a little bit of how you guys got here and where you're going.
for sure. Well, so first of all, we started with like an excellent team designing the avatars. Our lead visual designer for the whole OS, Lorena Pesvino, her hand has touched almost every asset in the operating system. She was super involved in leading the visual design of our avatars, and they were done. The sort of the conceptual like art starting point and the art direction was done by our in-house studios team. So our art team that worked on the art for Create and the visual style of studios, they brought a lot of amazing concepts. And so with Lorena's sort of really austere design eye that she's applied to the whole visual design of the operating system, and with the kind of like warm human playfulness that studios sort of really expertly brings, I think it was like an awesome fusion of visual styles. So that was kind of what they worked on. And but we there was a huge challenge with developing a visual style for avatars that, like you said, were neutral enough that I think they could be a little agnostic to, or be like a vessel of user emotion and user embodiment and stuff. That's exactly that is that's the whole point, like respecting a user's feelings and behaviors and representing their what they're doing sort of in a one-to-one way. But we also, like Karen Stoltenberg, the lead designer for social, she got some feedback like early on, hey, maybe they're too serious. And so she really worked together with Lorraine on making them still kind of have a warmth. And so that was part of it, and designing sort of a character kit that allows everyone to make an avatar that sort of represents how they look or how they want to look. That's something that I think people will be able to really see in the upcoming update, which will launch the personalization app. But our team definitely took like a stance. They took kind of a perspective on designing a kit of personalizable avatars, because we saw kind of what was out there, and so many avatars are designed in like a Pixar style, like they
Mm-hmm.
look a little childlike or toy-like,
Mm-hmm.
and we were more interested in something a little edgier, a little more adult, that kind of reflected that radical trailblazing spirit that we saw in ourselves, and also just in our early creator community. People who were sort of like, yeah, I'm gonna work on this computer for our faces, like that's the future. Like that was that kind of like crazier attitude. We were like, yeah, that doesn't, like a little Pixar character feel doesn't really capture that. We wanted to kind of make more uh, something that I guess turned out to be a little more hipster. That's kind of feedback we get too. Our avatars have like a little like millennial.
Yeah, yeah. You might have cracked the art style of what's the millennial actually look like in avatar form.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
that was those are sort of what was on our mind, was like diversity, inclusion, sort of ability to capture sort of user behavior in real time without being too prescriptive on top of that, and like something adult, something edgy, but something still kind of warm and friendly.